Stan the Man is out at the U.S. Open. He will not be playing this year. Also, the U.S. Open has announced new protocols for dealing with COVID-19 when the time comes for the tournament, which is pretty soon. And also, Milos Raonic gets his feelings hurt after Fabio Fognini, who's kind of standing in for Nick Kyrgios, since most of us have gotten bored with Nick Kyrgios. Fabio Fognini notices Raonic has gained a little bit of weight and says he ate a horse. But today, we're not going to talk about any of that stuff because this is a very special Roger Federer birthday bash edition of Coffee Break Tennis.
Hey, Federer, don't you know you've been cordially invited around your birthday bash? Coffee Break's your favorite show. You've been cordially invited around your birthday bash. It's a birthday bash, it's Roger's birthday bash. Yeah, it's a big old bash, yeah, come on. Woo!
Oh, it's a special day indeed.
And the first thing that I want to point out to, I'm sure everyone's seen it. I won't make you watch the whole thing, but we'll put some of it on the screen. Federer and Barilla Pasta, which that's one of his sponsors. Federer's a spokesperson for the pasta company. They, of course, noticed that these two Italian girls made a viral video of them hitting a tennis ball back and forth on separate rooftops in Italy.
Io sono Vittoria e ho 13 anni.
Io sono Carola, 11 anni.
Durante la quarantena abbiamo deciso di provare a palleggiare da un terrazzo all'altro.
Ma non pensavamo che questo video potesse avere così tanto successo.
Since pasta, of course, is very Italian, and Federer, most of us know, most Federer fans would know that Federer has admitted years ago that he's literally fueled by pasta. He eats pasta before every single match, so he's fueled by pasta on the tennis court. This was a perfect fit. And a lot of people compared this ad campaign. Some people are saying that this is a landmark campaign for tennis advertising, that this is going to set a new standard. And other people are drawing comparisons to, look at Djokovic. His PR is the Adria Tour. Federer's PR is this masterpiece with the Italian girls and the rooftop tennis. You can see he sneaks up on them and surprises them.
Credo che prenderei il suo rovescio.
Vorrei avere l'eleganza di Federer nel gioco, però la forza di Nadal.
Sì che Nadal e Federer sono due nemici comunque.
Sì, però hanno anche un'amicizia tra loro. Tutte le volte che si sono giocati contro.
Ciao, Carola, ciao Vittoria. Come stai?
Non ci possiamo credere!
C'è Federer sulla...
They are in shock to see Roger Federer, and it all came off great. Now, maybe you're new to tennis. Maybe you're skeptical. Maybe you're like, that's all like smoke and mirrors. It's a PR marketing thing. Federer is really not that nice of a guy. But if you've watched him from years, even though he's a bit prickly, used to smash rackets and was argumentative in the early days of his career, who isn't? It's tough to be a tennis player, especially when you're young and learning to deal with your emotions on court. But over the years, I think Roger Federer's genuinely proved that he's at least a pretty good guy. He's got to be a pretty good guy. Even if it's all fake, some people might think that, even if it's all to grow the brand and the business of Roger Federer, I think it's safe to assume that he is a pretty nice guy. And on top of that, something a lot of famous people don't have going for him, he's genuinely a funny guy. Not everyone who gets super famous can genuinely be funny and fun to be around. Well, Federer has proven that he is, in fact, that. And I thought that this ad campaign does a good job summarizing everything that the guy's about and why people love him so much. Even if you're skeptical, even if you think it's just a PR thing to build up the RF brand. Well, that commercial, that ad campaign for Barilla Pasta, that does a good job, I think, showing you what the Federer personality and brand is all about and why so many people like him. But today on the show, I'm more focused on tennis myself. And I want to show you a match from 2017, which for Federer fans is the best. It's the best year. I don't know, maybe you could argue something else, but most people are going to find 2017 to be the most satisfying, especially after the title drought, not winning any majors for 5 years. So we could obviously talk about the Australian Open win over Nadal, but to me, I want to take a different match where all the things that Federer is doing so well really comes together and really pays off because it's a uniquely fast court. And of course, that's going to be the match 2017 at the Masters 1000, Shanghai. First off, let's just throw this up on the screen so you can see, this doesn't happen every day. And to have it happen against the other guy who's arguably the greatest of all time, Rafa Nadal, for Federer to pull off one of these 4 serves, no returns, come back games, it's a pretty special day. So let's just give you an idea of how on Roger was on that day when he met Rafa Nadal in the finals of the Shanghai Masters 1000.
50 love. 30 love. 40 love.
So obviously this was a special day for Roger Federer, especially to do that against your number one rival, Rafa Nadal, and the rival greatest of all time pick for tennis fans around the world. So we know it's a special day, but one thing Federer decided to do in 2017, and he's always been an aggressive player, he always takes the ball early, but the Federer team decided in 2017, one, they were going to do more with the backhand, which we'll take a look at in a second. And two, Roger was going to beat people with court positioning. Pete Freeman from Crunch Time Coaching, he was at the Australian Open this year. Obviously, Federer's still doing this, but in 2017, everything was just clicking so smoothly that you really got to see it work perfectly. But Pete noticed when he saw Federer up close at the Australian Open this year, 2020, I can't remember which match, one of the earlier matches for Federer. He said that what Federer is doing, no one else could do. That Federer is just standing, after he hits a serve, he's inside the baseline, and if you hit a shot that he can't handle, he'll do his best to kind of pick it up, like a half volley off his feet and get back in the point. And if he loses, he doesn't care, because he's counting on his serve being so good that your return will be short enough for him to just put it away right away, or at least put you on the defense right away. So this match, you really get to see it. Take a look at some of these highlights I put together for you, where Federer is beating Nadal with court positioning. And throughout this match, you'll see that Nadal is trying to play closer to the baseline. Then he starts trying to return serve from way back. Rafa really tries everything he can think of. And on a surface like this, and Federer playing close to his best, there's really nothing you can do, even if you are the great Rafa Nadal.
Richtig entschieden. Aber Federer mit der
Now, one thing that everyone will remember about 2017 is that Federer decided to go for a lot more on the backhand, whether that meant taking it early, blocking and slicing returns less, and coming over the ball with topspin more often on the return. That was a big theme for 2017 for Roger Federer. Federer makes Rafa play a lot of backhands. And when Roger has to return a backhand, he almost always either forced Nadal to back up to run around and take the ball a little bit later if he was going to hit a forehand, or he forced Rafa to hit a backhand. And then on top of that, Roger was just hitting a very aggressive backhand that day. Take a look at some of these shots. And then finally, maybe I'm wrong, but let me know. Comment below what you think. I feel like since the backhand was so good, and since Roger, overall, everything was great that day for Roger, but since he was making Rafa play so many backhands, Rafa started trying to flatten out the ball on the backhand side and really take it to Roger. And you can see that he wasn't having much success with that. You could say he is pressing on the backhand side, and I think that is a result of the neo backhand, as many would say, and the fact that Roger got so many returns. When Rafa served to the Roger backhand, so often Roger made him play a backhand, or at least give up some ground to run around that backhand. Take a look. Was Rafa having a bad day, Or was Roger having such a great day and his backhand was so intimidating that Rafa had to press a little bit and ends up missing quite a bit in that match? All right, hit the music. Thank you for watching Coffee Break Tennis. Wanted to keep it short and sweet. Happy birthday, alles Gute zum Geburtstag to Roger Federer. And we will be back. Comment below if you got any questions about the U.S. Open and all the stuff going on in the world of tennis. And I'll do my best to get some of that. We'll be back next week, most likely on Thursday. If not on Thursday, check us out. You can sign up on the link below in the description of this video. Sign up for the newsletter, and I will send out an alert letting you guys know if I change the date. Otherwise, plan on Thursday for a show. And of course, you can go to patreon.com/Coffee Break Tennis if you want to support the show, support our mission here and what we are trying to do, revolutionizing the way tennis news is covered. Go visit us there. Also, you may find some updates there as well. See ya! Hey, Roger. Happy birthday to you. Right, Mr. Goat, don't eat the cake! That's right, I tricked you guys. I put Mr. Goat's goat food right there.